But in terms of actually getting the message out there, I would go back to the social media aspect of it and try and figure out, where you can brand yourself. Even as a nonprofit, you can get involved in discussions that we're reading and that we want to learn about. I think if you're not going to put in the monetary resources, then you're going to have to make up for it more in terms of time. And I've heard that a lot from business owners who do work, on a shoestring. They say, if I can't designate X amount of my budget to my marketing, I'm going to have to make sure that I can make up on the other end for time. And it's just the trade-off. It is going to take more work because you're going to have to do more research on your own to figure out what the best channels are. You're going to have to craft your own stories, pitch it yourself, but it's absolutely possible. And I can say that I love hearing directly from people who run businesses and nonprofits directly, because their emails are sometimes it's good not to have that filter through the PR. I love hearing directly from our readership. I get inspired by people who write to me and say, thank you for writing this story. I have my own story I want to share. I mean, that to me is a lot more personal, and it makes me listen a little bit closer if you're talking to me directly than through a filter. So I think that you're actually at an advantage and also a disadvantage, but you can use that disadvantage and kind of turn it around, and so long as you're willing to put in the work and the time and the resources, you absolutely can provide great marketing for your nonprofit without a lot of monetary resources.
I think one of the keys to answering that question, and before you even get to some of the stuff Emily talked about, is that you've got to understand your audience. So who are you trying to reach? What influences them? What media do they read? What's their overall network that drives a decision in terms of making a donation or whatever kind of action it is you're trying to drive? And that's where it all starts. Whether it's a nonprofit or some of the biggest companies that we represent, it always starts with that deep understanding of the psychology of the decision that you're looking to influence. And it's only by having that deep understanding can you then determine what are the right channels that'll influence that. And so I would start there.
I was going to say there's so much opportunity on the internet. It's almost become an equalizer. Kind of the David and Goliath story plays out all the time. And you can even look at, when the Haiti disaster happened, how much money was raised from just text messaging. And it literally was like the perfect combination of the media was covering, story. People felt this compulsion to make things better. And there was this very efficient way of doing it that everyone had access to. And so if you can kind of tap into that. And then I know if you're entrepreneurial, there's, I watch a lot of Hulu. So it's my free TV on demand. And there's all the time I see advertisements for not-for-profits there, and I have to believe that what they're doing is, as they're trying to fill in advertising revenue, they're offering spots to not-for-profits to advertise. So just by the sheer number that I see on there.
Remnant space, regardless of the channel, is one of the greatest secrets in advertising, and anyone in advertising probably is cringing that I'm telling you this right now, but at Overstock, we did a $10 million branding campaign on TV, and we did it almost exclusively through Remnant, so we were able to get a lot more for our dollars. So if there's Remnant opportunity, regardless of the channel, it's a great way.
Remnant, you should explain what Remnant is.
Oh, so Remnant is inventory that goes unsold. And on the internet, there's...
It's gone.
Yeah, no matter where it is, especially TV, internet, once someone has that view, they go away. In print, it lives a little bit longer because it goes with the paper, with the magazine. But if you're going to watch a TV show and there's not a commercial for that middle segment, they're going to go out and find someone to fill it. And usually, you can get it for 20, 30% the cost of what it would normally cost. You have less flexibility to be able to schedule it when you want, and you have to sometimes give on when it will air. But from a cost standpoint, it's a very cost-effective way to do it.
We have time for one last question.
Yes, hello. My name is Derek Guest. My company is Grills Royal Film Productions and Services. We are a video marketing company. And my question for the panel is, one, have you ever used in your business practice a video marketing strategy? And if so, how so, either globally or locally?
It's really interesting stuff.
I have, and in a limited way, and I'm doing some testing with it. And I actually have a video that I put out that talks a little bit about what my business does. And on my business card, I put the URL as well as the key that you can use to go and look at that. And again, it's part of the newer strategy of how I'm trying to get the message out there. But I think video is a very important part of the strategy right now, because it is, if you look at what's going on in the world and how people are integrating video and how easy it is to use video, you can create, I mean, if most computers, I'm a Mac guy, so I know all the Macs come with a video camera built into the machine itself. And so I'm not doing this yet, but you could do a video blog. And I have one of my best friends, he does play-by-play for an NBA team. And twice a week, I think he actually does a video blog that gets posted. And so instead of writing a blog, he actually does a video blog of what he wants to talk about, or an interview that he's doing, and he can set it up right in there. So I think video is a great opportunity, because it seems, for me, this is pure opinion, I don't have any data to support this, but it seems more personal. You feel like you're hearing directly from somebody. It feels more personal than if you're reading a blog. That's my opinion.
We unfortunately need to end this here. Round of applause for our panelists.